It is not looking good for Donald Trump. It is happening. How much longer will this last? Donald Trump's physical and mental health rapidly deteriorating before our eyes. What occurred yesterday in the White House, I'll say this from a physical and mental health perspective, was absolutely frightening. Donald Trump in the Oval Office could barely get out sentences. He was trying to read from a script that he was given about the ballroom and why the ballroom actually is something that will save him against drones striking. And that's why, even though a court ordered that the ballroom not be constructed anymore, that he still needs to build it. And you had a former White House physician posting that I would not be bragging if I was Donald Trump about continuing to pass dementia exams. What's going on here? You have Dr. Jonathan Reiner, a former White House physician, say, if I were one of the president's advisors, I would beg him, stop bragging about doing well on dementia screening tools, which requires the president to identify a camel and subtract 7 from 100. I do agree that all candidates for the presidency should have some comprehensive physical exam and the data should be made public. The president's next annual comprehensive examination is due next month. Make it public. Publish it. Let's bring transparency, because this is not looking good. And folks, you know our legal and analytical framework here on the MeidasTouch Network. I'm just going to bring you the receipts. I'm going to bring you the exhibits of Donald Trump's rapid physical and mental decline that was on display in the White House. Judge for yourself. You be the jury and tell me in the comments what you think. Also, make sure you subscribe. Help us get to 7 million subscribers, and also subscribe to Scott McFarlane's YouTube channel. That's been an incredible launch for the MeidasTouch Network over the past week and a half. So Donald Trump in the Oval Office, he starts reading off a paper with Sharpie scribbles on it. I mean, just watch what he does here. Play this clip.
Thing down. We have a drone-proof roof. And it talks about the president and his staff. Well, we don't have a lot of bulletproof glass. The White House was built a long time ago. This has the highest level of, in fact, they call this the glass, it's bulletproof and it's ballistic proof. It's very thick. It's like that.
And then more from that interaction. I'll show you right over here. Let's play it.
I'm allowed, that meaning we are allowed to continue building as necessary to, let's see, what is that? To cover the safety and security of the White House and its grounds. So it says here very carefully, the safety and security have to be protected of the White House grounds. Well, that's what we're doing, because everything's bulletproof glass, et cetera, et cetera.
Then Donald Trump suggests that the Republican-nominated Supreme Court justices who ruled against him are like stupid, and he just starts like lashing out, and he's like, you're stupid, they're stupid, everyone's so stupid. You can watch for yourself right here. Here, play this clip.
So a man can appoint them and they can rule against him. It's so proud of it. We're so proud we ruled against Trump. We're so proud. We're above it. There are those that say that's wonderful, and there are those that say they're so stupid.
And then Donald Trump starts lashing out at a reporter, always female reporters who he lashes out against. You're fresh. You're a fresh person. You know that? You're fresh. We've had a lot of problems with you. You remember previously when Donald Trump was like, piggy, you're a piggy, to another one. And this is what's called disinhibition. In my opinion, that's what is being exhibited here. You pig. I mean, Donald Trump is a nasty human. I mean, his entire life, he's a creep, horrible person, despicable, misogynistic. But this disinhibition, he can't control it. You're fresh. You're a piggy. Here, watch for yourself. Let's play this clip.
Does Iran have to make a deal? Does Iran have to make a deal for the U.S. to end its operation in Iran? And have you spoken? And have you spoken directly?
Iran doesn't have to make a deal. No. Yeah, I've spoken to a lot of people. It's a new regime. They are much more accessible. They are right. You know, they said, we have a present for you, Mr. President, out of respect. And they said, wait a minute, you want me to answer the question? You're a fresh person. You know, we've had a lot of problems with you, haven't we? No, they don't. You asked me a question. No, they don't have to make a deal with me.
Then Donald Trump further starts just yelling at the Supreme Court and Supreme Court rulings and court rulings in general. It's unfair. This is so unfair. They're stupid. They don't treat me right. I mean, again, calm down, Donald. What the heck is going on here? I mean, for real, this guy needs a straitjacket on him. Here, play this clip.
You can have the greatest case in history. And almost, I guess I have to say almost, maybe I don't have to say it, almost without fail, those people, 4 of them, sometimes 5 of them, but 4 of them will vote against you. You don't have a chance. You don't have a chance. And that's not what the court system is.
Then Donald Trump goes on to say, you know, we've got a lot of powers to do things with my powers. They call me a king. That's what they try to say. I'm a king, but I've got these powers. Here, play this clip right here.
I have a lot of powers to do things, and we use the powers where appropriate. Sometimes you don't have to use those powers. They're a little severe. And then people accuse me of being a king. You see, the king, this is the new one. They've been trying for a long time, including 4 years where I was out of office watching how badly this country was run. But they've been trying for a long time.
By the way, this is all in one sitting, right? Like, you're not going to see this on corporate news. You're not going to see, I mean, how could you not though? Like, could you imagine if anybody else was behaving like this? I'll get to that point in a second. Donald Trump also tells Americans, be grateful for what I did to you. You would have been annihilated by nuclear weapons. So who cares if you have to pay $4 for gas? I saved you from nukes. Here, play this clip.
Gas prices. Today they hit $4.
We have $4, yeah, and we have a country that's not going to be throwing a nuclear weapon at us in 6 months.
Of course, but Americans are feeling the effects in the interim of this
and they're also
operation.
feeling a lot safer.
What is the plan to bring them back down?
All I have to do is leave Iran, and we'll be doing that very soon, and they'll become tumbling down.
And then Donald Trump, in this bizarre moment too, announces that he's issuing an unconstitutional executive order to shut down mail-in voting nationwide, and he will defund states if they do not comply with him. Like, it's not a thing you can do by executive order or at all. But just watch as he does it, and watch like as he starts like talking about it. He's like, well, you know, maybe I'll get overturned. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Here, just watch for yourself. Let's play it.
So with all of that, I'm very happy to be signing the voter integrity, and I think it's going to be really great. So if you don't mind, I will take some time, and I'll make this signature absolutely perfect. So it looks very good. So far, so good. Okay, so that's a big deal. Very proud of it.
I want to give a hat tip to The Guardian, though. They're great. Great reporters, great writers over at The Guardian here. Gabby Hinsliff is great. Here's what she wrote yesterday. Never mind leading the free world. If Donald Trump were your aging father, when would you take away his car keys? Presidential decisions can mean life or death for millions around the world. That's why constitutional safeguards exist. But do they work in practice? This is how she writes it. It's an incredible piece. Donald Trump's cognitive skills are amazing, so great, so much better than any other dumb presidential contender you can mention, or at least according to Trump himself, who bragged once again last week of how he had repeatedly aced what he calls a very hard test for a lot of people. It's thought he means a screening tool for mild cognitive impairment in elderly people. Sure, the 79-year-old leader of the free world recently interrupted a cabinet meeting in the middle of a war to ramble on at length about a conversation he supposedly had with the head of a Sharpie pen company over supplying bespoke presidential felt tips of which the firm said it could find no record, and made a baffling joke about Pearl Harbor during a press conference in front of an alarmed-looking Japanese prime minister, and called the Strait of Hormuz the Strait of Trump, before adding that that was absolutely deliberate because there are no accidents with me. But anyway, to be clear, his mental state is great, the greatest. Imagine, though, that people who were raising the alarms, i.e., us and others, were right to suspect that the lives of countless people around the world rested in the hands of someone whose judgment might not be entirely up to this, including the 45 million estimated to be at risk of acute hunger if farmers can't get enough fertilizer, a crucial byproduct of a now badly disrupted Gulf gas industry to grow food. What would it take, hypothetically, for the system to challenge an elected president's will? It's strange that this has become a subject seemingly too delicate to discuss in public, given what's at stake. Though the U.S. has checks and balances to stop a president veering off piste, none seem ironclad. The ultimate backstop is the requirement to seek Congress's approval before declaring war, which could yet end this conflict and prevent others in the future, perhaps over Greenland or Cuba. If you are reading this, this is the most important part though, you ready? If you are reading this as the son or daughter of elderly parents whose memories have begun to falter, you will know how long it often takes from the first uneasy gut feeling that something has changed to what might ultimately lead to a conclusive medical diagnosis, and how many sleepless nights lie in between. Should they really be driving still, or have they become a danger to everyone on the road? Is it safe for them to manage their own money, or is there time to have an awkward conversation about powers of attorney? The fear of barging in too early, causing hurt and outraged octogenarian to dig their heels in, clashes with the guilt of knowing that it will be your fault if they run someone over while you're still agonizing over taking away the car keys. Goes on and on and on, but you get the point right there. So here's where we're at. You evaluated those clips. I could show you so many others, but you get the point. We see it. It's happening. It's happening before our eyes. Take away the keys, invoke the 25th Amendment, impeach the guy. The guy should be nowhere near any of this. And when history is written, in my estimate, the deaths that he will have caused, to me, will range on the low end in the hundreds of thousands, and I think in the millions. Taking away USAID, starving people to death. I mean, again, look, when fertilizer doesn't get to its end point, what's going to happen? Think about the deaths he's inflicted across the world. This maniac. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers. And thank you all so much for watching.
New Meidas merch. Head to store.MeidasTouch.com today and get yourself the best pro-democracy gear and show your support. That's store.MeidasTouch.com.